All right, ladies, gentlemen, gamers, everybody else. Welcome back. Welcome back to another commentary video. This time I decided to talk about something very near and dear to me. Something that I have, something I think many people have, and something that is brought up with the new month of October. What is that? That is fear. So I'm kind of going to go all over the place with this commentary as well as all the other ones I do. Essentially, there's two different types of fear that I thought about. Fear, first of all, when relating to me, I think it's my biggest issue. But there's different types of fear here. There's fear you have for enjoyment, and then there's fear you have kind of not for enjoyment that's kind of crippling. And I'm pretty sure we can all assume which one I have. So, the fear we have for enjoyment obviously is the one we like in October. It's actually a weird little conundrum, right? It's the same thing as being on a roller coaster. Now, when you look at it kind of critically or in depth, you can kind of see where the novelty is. We want to be scared. We want to have a thrill, but we want to know that it's still controlled. That's where the nice, good fear comes from. It's like when you go on a roller coaster, you know nothing's, bad's gonna happen to you. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, you don't fly out the fucking coaster and die. But it's so different and it's wild and it's not something you normally experience. So even though you know it's very unlikely for anything bad to happen, which you can say that for anything. You walk outside, something bad could happen. You could get hit by a meteor, you could get shot, but chances are you probably won't. So it's this idea of it's perfectly safe, but it's still like somewhat dangerous, or it could be, or it's just the fact that it's different, right? Roller coasters go really fast. You're not used to going really fast. It's kind of a hard thing to define because when you think about it, it's completely safe. It's like the same thing of going to a scary house. When you go to a scary house, which I used to do when I was younger, when I actually knew people and they used to take me places, we would go into these scary houses. We'd pay money, fucking idiotically, I think, to go into these houses, and they'd set it up. They'd scare us. Little things float around. They pop out. People pop out, pretend to chase us. We know even if we stop moving and we don't get chased, they're not going to do anything to us. We didn't sign any waiver or anything. I know that's a plot to a scary movie, but yeah, we didn't sign anything, so we know at the end of the day nothing bad's gonna happen. It's all controlled, but we want to feel like we're scared. We want to feel like something could happen even though it won't. So that's sort of the fear we have in October. That's the good fear. The bad fear is the one that's in my mind sort of illogical, or sort of, it even could be logical. It's just it cripples you. You're scared, right? You don't want to do something, or you want to avoid something as much as possible. Now, I often have a lot of trouble with differentiating fear from laziness. Because fear is avoidance, laziness is also avoidance. But let's not go into that topic for now. Fear, the bad type, is, as I've said, it's bad. You want to avoid something, it's not good. Now, people don't want fear. People don't like that type of fear. That fear is bad. People want to get rid of it. I want to get rid of it. It's a major issue. So we're kind of going to go into three things for the most part. I've already went into one of them, and that's fear with me. How bad it is and how much I fucking hate it because it ruins things for me. It really dictates a lot of my life, unfortunately. But number 2 and 3 is the level of fear and looking at all aspects of what it really is and what it really means. We'll go into that soon. But essentially, what I'm saying is fear almost always is taken as bad. It's not good to be scared. We don't like being scared. It's a feeling we would rather never have unless you're a thrill seeker, but then again, I call that controlled fear. Not to say there aren't these sickos out there that actually like real fear. They like the actual idea of they could get killed. Those are thrill seekers. I'm not counting those. Let's exclude those from this for now. I'm basically saying fear, we don't like it, but it is also somewhat good to have. I take it the same way as struggling and conflict. Without struggling and conflict, things don't really progress as fast as they do. That's what makes things progress. In a similar vein, fear helps us do a couple of things, right? For instance, for me, right, I'm scared of being homeless. I'm scared of, upon other things, being on the street, not having enough to eat. I'm scared of that. That thought is not something I want to have, although I have it every day living in New York. So what does that do? That forces me to go work. That feeling forces me to go do something positive. These negative feelings we end up having, fear being one of them, ends up making us do something. Now, the problem occurs when we have too much of it, when, you know, like my case, when it starts controlling us. We do need it to some extent to motivate us, I believe. Because if you're not scared of something, you're not going to run away. If, let's just say, you think you could take it, even if you are scared, the level of fear, if it doesn't outweigh anything else, it's not going to matter. If it outweighs everything else, you're going to run. So you could still be scared and have other things, but this is where the level comes in. It's good to have a healthy amount of stress. It's good to have a healthy amount of fear. The question is, where the fuck is that healthy amount? I think it's different for every person because, as always, we're individuals. However, for me, it's not too good. But we do need it to catalyze different reactions, which are pretty much all good. Fear at the end of the day is there to help us survive. Without fear, we would not be where we are today as a human race. We would not have evolved. You know, if we weren't scared of going into the fucking lions, then the lion would have ate our whole fucking ass. So the other problem is, or the other thing I want to go over is looking at all aspects of it, which I just did. There's always, I believe, a good and bad to everything. I think this can be applied to everything, and I'm probably going to explain it in the future as well, with some things how, yeah, this could be seen as a bad thing, but it could be seen as a good thing. It goes hand in hand with level. When the level of something is too high, it becomes more of a bad thing than a good thing. But there's always, I believe, some sort of positive and negative aspect you can take out of something. It just matters on the level. Both the level of the good and bad it causes, which is dependent on the level of how much you feel or something is there. So, you know, the fear of punishment, we're scared of getting punished. We're not going to want to get punished. We're going to do things to not do it. We're not going to break the law. We're not going to do whatever it is that we think will make us get punished if we get caught. So then it's the fear of getting caught. Then it's the fear of doing it. Morality might get involved, but we're not going to go into that either. So essentially what I'm saying is fear is, you know, there's the good fear and the bad fear, but even the bad fear could be pretty good. It was just a random thought I had. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If there's anything else critically you want me to think or talk about, just ramble on about as I usually do, please tell me in the comments below. I stream every single day at Twitch TV/Tecnics channel at varying times. If you want to know, check out my Twitter, twitter.com/Tecnics channel. I would love to see you there. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time.